What if you were born to glide silently through the earth, your scales catching the faint light with a promise of renewal, only to be branded an eternal villain, your every slither greeted with gasps of fear and the flash of raised weapons? Meet the snaker, master of survival, its sleek, sinuous body weaving through the swaying grasses of savannas, the scorching sands of deserts, and the tangled undergrowth of jungles. A predator that keeps pest populations in check, pollinates rare desert blooms, and embodies rebirth through the shedding of its skin, a cycle of resilience etched in every coil. To humans, however, it's a creature of nightmares tied to the biblical tale of Eden, where the serpent tempted humanity's fall, the mesmerizing sway of cobras in street performances that captivate yet terrify, and the spine-chilling hiss that reverberates through Hollywood horrors, its image a universal emblem of treachery and fear across cultures, from ancient myths to modern screens. Yet, beneath this vilified facade lies a life of silent, profound struggle, relentless persecution by human hands, devastating habitat loss, and grueling physical trials that turn your natural grace into a lifelong burden few dare to comprehend. Join us on this serpentine journey to uncover the snake's hidden narrative, and if this stirs your empathy, hit like, share your reflections in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that redeem nature's misunderstood souls and urge us to see beyond the surface. Chapter 1: A Fragile Hatch in Peril. You break free from a leathery egg buried in warm soil or tucked beneath a sun-heated rock, a hatchling emerging blind and vulnerable, your soft, unhardened scales glistening yet offering no protection against the scorching sun that blisters your tender skin, or the sudden flooding rains that threaten to wash your nest away in a muddy deluge. Predators, hawks, circling with razor-sharp talons, mongooses sniffing out your scent with relentless intent, and humans wielding sticks or machetes with careless fury lie in wait, their senses attuned to your first feeble wriggles, transforming your birth into a desperate race against death. Your mother abandons you to the wild, her instinct driving her off without a glance, leaving you to fend alone with no guidance, your tiny body a quivering target in a world where every rustle of leaves could signal your end. The first hours are a harrowing gauntlet, your undeveloped fangs and weak muscles useless against the odds, your existence a faint whisper in a land eager to crush you with a single blow. A fragile spark, struggling to ignite amidst a chorus of threats that surround you from all sides. To be a snake is to begin life as a fragile hatch in peril. Your birth a fleeting hope, teetering on the brink of annihilation. A silent plea for survival in a world that despises you from the moment you uncoil into existence. Chapter 2: The Burden of Shedding You. Shed your skin to grow. A painful and disorienting ritual that begins with your eyes clouding over, casting your vision into a milky blur that blinds you to the world, leaving you weak and disoriented as you navigate a suddenly alien landscape. The new scales, though vibrant with fresh hues, are brittle and prone to tearing, exposing you to predators like eagles with their piercing gaze, or wild dogs with their snapping jaws during this vulnerable phase. Each twist and rub against rough rocks or jagged branches a gamble as you struggle to free yourself from the old, cracked husk. The process drains your energy, your muscles aching with the effort, and can stretch over days, during which you're a prime target for any threat that breaches your temporary refuge. If the shed skin clings too long, infections may set in, the damp residue inviting bacteria that gnaw at your flesh, turning renewal into a source of agony. To be a snake is to carry the burden of shedding, a cycle of rebirth that costs you strength, safety, and peace. A constant reminder of your fragile existence in a world that offers no respite during your transformation. Chapter 3: Vilified by humanity, humans fear and loathe you. Their imaginations weaving tales of evil from the Garden of Eden, as serpent that tempted humanity, as fall to the hypnotic sway of cobras in street performances that both fascinate and frighten. Your fangs, a symbol of treachery, echoed in religious texts, ancient folklore, and modern cinema, where you slither as the ultimate villain. Killings follow with pitchforks, shovels, and the screech of car tires. Driven by ignorance that blinds them to your role in controlling rodent populations that devastate crops. Your contribution to medicine through venom-derived antidotes, and your subtle pollination of desert flowers that sustain fragile ecosystems. Habitat destruction accelerates as towns seal burrows with concrete, burn grasslands to protect livestock, and spray chemicals that poison your prey. Your ecological worth drowned out by screams of terror and the thud of boots against the earth. To be a snake is to live vilified by humanity, a scapegoat for fears that erase your worth, a misunderstood guardian punished for a reputation you never chose, a silent sufferer, under a shadow of hate cast by those you could benefit. Chapter 4. Habitat loss and human wrath. Deforestation and urbanization obliterate your burrows, ancient rock crevices shattered by construction blasts, hollow logs felled for timber, and riverbanks paved over, forcing you into human territories where you're met with axes, fire, and the crack of gunfire that shatters the night. Roads carve through your hunting grounds like scars, their asphalt barriers isolating you from food sources, while pesticides kill the rodents, frogs, and insects you depend on, transforming fertile lands into barren wastelands where survival grows ever harder. Your refuge dwindles daily. Once thriving populations reduced to scattered survivors as development encroaches, leaving you cornered with no escape from the relentless march of progress that grinds your world to dust. Poachers target your skin for exotic leather or your venom for illegal trade, adding to the siege while the incessant hum of machinery drowns out the rustle of leaves, a sound of doom that erases the silence of your once safe havens. To be a snake is to face habitat loss, a silent victim of human wrath that traps you, a fugitive in a landscape that wages war on your very existence, a prisoner of a world blind to your plight. Chapter 5. The struggle to hunt. You strike with precision, your fangs delivering a venomous bite or your coils tightening with lethal force. But prey grows scarce as habitats shrink, forcing you into longer, more exhausting hunts that sap your coiled strength and leave you exposed to counterattacks from desperate animals or human interference. Human trap snares hidden in the grass, pesticides tainting the air, and domestic pets like dogs and cats lunging with barks and claws threaten your life mid-strike, turning each hunt into a perilous gamble. The scent of food fades, your energy drained by fruitless searches across barren fields and polluted streams. Your hunger, a relentless companion that drives you to riskier ventures near human settlements where danger lurks at every turn. Each missed strike is a blow to your survival, your patience tested by a world that turns against your predatory instincts, meeting your efforts with screams rather than the quiet of the hunt. To be a snake is to endure the struggle to hunt a predator starved in a world that poisons your prey, shrinks your territory, and punishes your every move with hostility, a hunter forced to fight for every meal in a dwindling domain. Chapter 6. The Weight of Reproduction. You lay dozens of eggs in hidden nests beneath the earth, or live young after months of internal gestation, a process that drains your energy and leaves you vulnerable to predators drawn by your scent or slowed movements as you guard your clutch. The effort weakens your body, your muscles aching as you coil protectively around the eggs or carry the burden of developing offspring, and many eggs or newborns fall to floods that wash away nests, heat that bakes them dry, or hungry jaws that snatch them in the dark. Your maternal or paternal drive is a heavy load, a sacrifice that risks your life for a fragile future. Your solitude amplifying the toll as you watch helplessly, while nature claims your young. The loss of even one offspring cuts deep, a silent grief etched in your cold blood, a pain that lingers with every shed skin. To be a snake is to bear the weight of reproduction, a cycle that tests your endurance and leaves you exposed. A parent's heart beating against the odds in a world that offers no mercy. Chapter 7: Heat and Cold Extremes. You rely on the sun to regulate your body, basking on rocks to absorb warmth, but extreme heat brings dehydration, your scales cracking as you seek shade that's scarce in deforested lands, while cold stiffens your muscles, slowing your escape from threats and leaving you rigid in the frost of unexpected winters. Climate shifts worsen these cycles, unleashing droughts that parch your hiding spots or sudden freezes that disrupt your hibernation, your energy reserves dwindling with each swing between scorching fury and icy paralysis. The earth, your ally, turns against you, its extremes a relentless foe that challenges your every breath. To be a snake is to face heat and cold extremes. A body strained by a world that swings between blistering heatwaves and bone-chilling cold snaps. A survivor clinging to life in a climate that betrays your natural rhythm. Chapter 8: Disease and Injury. Parasites like mites burrow into your scales, causing relentless itching and infections that fester without care, their tiny legs leaving trails of torment. While injuries from human attacks, deep cuts from blades, or crushing blows from boots leave scars that never heal your body, a map of survival's toll. Bacterial infections spread through open wounds, weakening you over time, and venomous species risk self-envenomation during stress, a cruel irony that poisons your own blood. With no medical aid in the wild, your decline is silent and inevitable, your strength fading with each labored slither. To be a snake is to suffer disease and injury, a silent decline in a world that offers no healing, a body battered by a life of misunderstanding and neglect. Chapter 10: A mirror to our judgments. The snake reflects our flaws. We judge by appearance, vilifying without understanding. We destroy habitats, blind to the balance we break. We fear difference, striking in ignorance. We isolate, bearing silent struggles. It calls us to seek truth, preserve nature, and embrace the outcast, a mirror urging compassion over judgment. Ending: shed skin, eternal villain. What does it mean to be a snake? It means hatching fragile, shedding skin that renews yet risks you, vilified as a villain by a fearful world. You hunt scarce prey, reproduce at great cost, face extremes, and live solitary, battered by human wrath. Your hiss pleads for understanding, your life a call to end fear. If this touched you, like, comment, and subscribe for more worst to be born as stories.